Hi, welcome to Inside Fashion Chicago. I'm with Chicago designer extraordinaire Barbara Bates. Barbara's been in business for 24 years, so we're going to hear some of her secrets and how she's done. Barbara, I know you're a self-taught person
Yes.
in the field, so tell us, how did you fall into this, into the field?
Actually, I always loved fashion as a little girl. Instead of Barbie dolls, I loved Barbie doll clothes. I always knew I wanted to be in fashion. I never thought I'd be blessed enough to actually be a fashion designer because there weren't a lot of African American fashion designers around when I was growing up. So I just thought working in a boutique, that'll be cool. That'll be fine for me. And I had friends in high school who would sew for me, so I knew how to buy fabric, and the fabric would like speak to me and tell me what it would be best at. So I'd have my friends make clothes, and then I would have other people say, "Ooh, where'd you get that from?" And I'd say somebody made it, and that's how I became a designer. Just wearing my own designs that my friends would make for me.
So you started to build up your own audience with that, and
Yeah.
you decided what you liked, what you didn't. Tell me, obviously you do a lot of private collections for people, a lot of, in addition to your store that we're in right now, on Indiana and 21st Street. What is, I know you started out in leathers, that's where I first discovered.
I did.
What is your favorite fabric or your favorite design over the years? Do you have one?
I like mixing leather with fabrics. Even though I actually started with leather, after the first summer of nobody buying leather and I starved, I thought it's time to start working with other fabrics.
You mean at that time nobody wore leather in the summer like they do now?
I think they were kind of done with it. You know, North Beach leather was the big thing that was out, but like in '86, they had, you know, it kind of like, you know, it was good, but it was dying down, and then around '88 it was just like leather was just not the hot thing anymore. Of course, you know, leather, we can do tons with it now because it's like fabric.
Oh,
it's
it's
so
bigger.
lightweight.
It's bigger than ever now. It's very big leather, which is so much fun to see.
Well, I don't know if I have a favorite piece, but of course I like working with coats, and I like working with fabrics that are textured, and I always love to mix a little bit of leather in piping or a buttonhole, you know, something, just because I enjoy working with leather.
So it's somewhat of your signature.
Sort of, yeah.
All right, and speaking of signature, I know giving back is very important to you. You have the Barbara Bates Foundation, which has, of course, dressed and mentored students. How does that happen? I know you do it for prom, for male and female both.
Right.
Tell us the numbers. I know it'll be astounding to my viewers to know that.
I've been doing prom dresses secretly undercover for probably 24 years, but publicly with the foundation, I've been doing it for 11 years. And I've done well over 1,000 prom dresses and tuxedos for. We started just doing inner city kids from Chicago, but now I get a lot of suburban kids. I don't really turn anybody away if I can.
What's the criteria for them to have? And do you tell them what to wear, or do they give you their own input on what they want to wear?
Both. The criteria started with just girls who were teen moms who stayed in school, because I was a teen mom, and I just thought that it was important that people know, you know, I've fallen down, but, you know, I'm not going to stay down. I can get back up. So I was just trying to go and give some encouragement to young girls who were teen moms to stay in school when I'd make their prom dress. And then after a while, I started looking at other children, like girls who were full-figure girls and they couldn't go out and buy a beautiful dress, or just kids who weren't, you know, who weren't the best or the brightest or the smartest, but they were struggling to make it, you know, even though whatever was going on around them was like really depressing them. I just thought they needed some sort of incentive to say, you know, I can be beautiful, or you know, this can happen. So that went there. And when they come to the shop, sometimes they know what they want, sometimes they don't. So if they have an idea, then I'll pull it out of them. If they have no clue, then I'll just design it for them.
So you were before Project Runway.
Yes, exactly.
I think one of the questions I always like asking is, do you have something you could tell us about that would surprise our readers, that would totally shock us, that's so unlike you?
I think that I would rather, that I really, 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 in my heart of hearts, would love to be a singer and not a fashion designer.
Oh, well, you could be Sade with your new hair. And Barbara, I have to mention, of course, is going through her own struggles right now with some health issues.
Yeah.
And I think you're such a role model once again. And
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For talking about going through cancer and what it means to you.
I got diagnosed in June of '09. I had the surgery, a lumpectomy, in July. I'm done with chemo, and I'm in the middle of radiation, and I'll be done with that shortly. And I just like to tell everybody, do not let a year go by without getting a mammogram or having some sort of testing, because breast cancer is so prevalent. 1 in 8 women are going to be touched, you know, this year. And if you catch it early, early detection truly is the key.
Yeah, Yes, early detection, so remember that. But one last question, if you had to give advice to anybody that wanted to follow in Barbara Bates's footsteps, what would you tell them? Maybe one sentence
In the
or two.
footsteps or just being a fashion designer, and being a fashion designer, I would have to say that you have to do things for the right reason, and remember you're in the business to make money. So being a fashion designer doesn't mean being whimsical and way out. It just means making a quality, beautiful garment that looks good on the person that you're making for.
So always be the professional and follow what you believe in, obviously.
Truly.
Yeah, Barbara, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.